How to mini cut for fat loss. A video that has come highly requested by you guys. I'm finally answering it today in the simplest and easiest way for you to understand. If you've been on a fat loss or a body recomposition journey for quite some time now, and you just don't seem to be getting as lean as you would really like or dropping your body fat as quickly as possible, as long as you're being very patient, I'm not talking like 2 weeks here, there's a possibility you might be a good candidate to try a mini cut. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry, by the end of this video, you are gonna have a complete understanding of it. In this video, I'm gonna break down what is a mini cut, who would benefit from doing a mini cut, the difference between a crash diet and a mini cut, and if you decide a mini cut is right for you, I'm gonna give you a basic breakdown of how to structure your calories, your macros, and your training during your mini cut. So let's get right into it, but of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you get a notification when I release a new video just like this one every single week. My name's Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness and fat loss motivation specialist. I have over 17 years experience in the industry helping people increase lean muscle, decrease body fat to become the healthiest, leanest, strongest versions of themselves. And I created this channel because I want to help you as well. So what is a mini cut when it comes to fat loss or a body recomposition journey? A mini cut is an aggressive or semi-aggressive style of dieting by drastically cutting your calories for a brief period of time, usually 4 to 6 weeks, in order to lose weight and drop body fat quicker. So basically, in the easiest way to understand, there's something called maintenance calories. So maintenance calories are the amount of calories you need to literally stay the same weight. A lot of people, when they're doing a body recomposition or a bulk where they're looking to build some muscle, might eat at maintenance or just 100 or 200 calories below maintenance if you're looking to do a body recomposition. When you are consistently eating the same amount of calories for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end, eventually your body adapts to that amount of calories you're giving it. So it's going to adjust the amount of calories you're burning or the amount of calories it needs just to function on a day-to-day basis based on that metabolic adaptation. So by doing a mini cut, you are drastically cutting your calories for a brief period of time to almost shock your system and put your body in a deeper fat loss phase, which is the same reason why strict low-calorie diets always work at the beginning, but they're not sustainable and they don't work for a really long time because eventually the body adapts to that, say, 1,200 calories that you're giving it. It's gonna slow down your basal metabolic rate to adapt to the amount of calories that you're providing it. So the idea behind a mini cut is to drastically slash your calories for a brief window of time to drop some body fat and then go back up and gradually work your way back up to maintenance, go back into muscle building, continue, do another mini cut, and you keep doing it that way. So there is a minimal to none metabolic adaptation at that lower calorie rate. Okay, so now that we have a basic idea of what a mini cut is, who would benefit the most from doing a mini cut? I'll start by telling you who shouldn't be doing a mini cut. If you are someone who, one, has never tracked your calories, or two, has a history of restrictive dieting or that yo-yo dieting where you've been eating 1,200 calories a day and you feel like you've been on a weight loss journey for a really long time and not really getting anywhere, I don't think that doing a mini cut is right for you. One, if you're only eating 1,200 calories a day, there's not really much more you can go into a cut. I would suggest the best thing in that scenario is to, one, start tracking your calories, calculate your maintenance calories. I'm gonna put a link in the description below of this video to an online maintenance calories calculator. It's very simple. It's gonna take your height, your weight, your age, your activity level. My best suggestion for you is to calculate your maintenance calories. Once you have your maintenance calories, I want you to just start tracking your calories and your macros and try your best to slowly increase your calories each week to get to that maintenance number. That's also known as a reverse diet. So if you don't know what a reverse diet is, I have a video right here talking all about it, a full explanation. I'll link that video in the description below. If you are someone who has a history of restrict, and you've been eating very low calorie and don't seem to be getting anywhere with your weight loss, go watch that reverse dieting video, as I don't think that a mini cut right now is the right thing for you to do. Another person who might not be right for a mini cut right now is if you've just started a body recomposition journey, maybe you're eating at maintenance or you're eating 100 to 200 calories under your maintenance and you've only been doing it for 2 or 3 weeks. If you've only been going 2 or 3 weeks, eating there, doing your strength training, working on calculating your macros, hitting your protein goal, and just kind of learning how all of this works, do not do a mini cut. My best recommendation is keep going until you've hit about 8 weeks, 6 weeks bare minimum of being 80% consistent, staying in your calories, hitting your protein goal, getting in your strength training workouts and doing all the things, and see how your body adapts. You might not need to do a mini cut. If you are able to reach your goals and you're continuously getting stronger in the gym and dropping body fat and you feel inches going down, I'm not talking about the scale going down in this scenario, I'm talking about your body fat percentage going down, or you feel like things are tightening up, waist is getting smaller, clothes are fitting better, you don't necessarily need to do a mini cut. Just keep doing what you're doing until you get to the point where you have been consistent, you're hitting your protein, you're hitting your calories, like I say, minimum 6 to 8 weeks, even longer if you can, and you find that I just kind of want to shock my system a little bit, then you can possibly look into doing a mini cut. But if you are only on week 3 of your journey and you're getting impatient, that you're not seeing the results you want as fast as you want, go watch all my other videos on this channel talking about body recomposition and how long fat loss actually takes. And then you might have a better idea as to what kind of window of time you should be looking at to get the results you want. I'll link a bunch of videos in the description below that could help you with that time frame. Okay, with that being said, then who would benefit from doing a mini cut? Like I was just saying, if you have been hitting your calories consistently, eating in a slight calorie deficit or just at maintenance, tracking your macros, hitting your protein, doing your strength training workouts minimum 3 to 4 times a week, working on movement, 6, 8, 10K steps a day, drinking your water, getting your sleep, doing all the things for at least bare minimum 6 to 8 weeks, and you find you're ready to kind of shock your system and do a little bit of a mini cut, even longer. If you've gone on 12 weeks, I have clients who I've been working with and they stay for 6 months. And then we do a mini cut because I'm like, let's just keep on building muscle. You're getting results. You're losing inches. There's no need to do a mini cut yet. So if you've been consistently at it, you've got a good vibe for tracking calories, tracking your macros, hitting your protein, and you just kind of want to accelerate your fat loss. Maybe you have an event coming up and you have a good 4 to 6 week window where you don't have a lot of vacations and parties and all this stuff that's gonna kind of alter your calories. You can definitely benefit from doing a mini cut, but just make sure you have a plan in place, which I'll go over later in the video. Now let's talk about the difference between a crash diet and a mini cut. I already kind of touched base on this earlier in the video, but basically crash diet is find a new diet on the internet. It tells me to eat 1,000 calories a day, so I'm gonna strictly cut my calories, pretty much starve myself, over exercise, and do that for as long as I can before I literally die, because it's not sustainable long term. When you are eating that low, immediately you probably are gonna see the weight loss results, but a crash diet is just that. There's no plan for macros, there's not really a plan for your training, and there's not really a plan to what to do after you reach your weight loss or fat loss results, how to get your calories back up to maintenance. So that's a crash diet, whereas a mini cut, it is strategic and planned, meaning you have a plan in place for how you're gonna eat, what macros, your calories, how you're gonna train, as well as what happens at the end of the 4 to 6 weeks, what you're gonna do to build up your calories back to maintenance or just below maintenance in order to continue on your body recomposition journey without experiencing that metabolic adaptation. Okay, last but not least, you've decided, yep, a mini cut is right for me. I'm gonna do it, let's do this. What do I do, Michelle? So what you're gonna do, if you don't already know, you're gonna calculate your maintenance calories. Again, use the link in the video description to the online calculator. It makes it super easy. Once you have your maintenance calories, you are gonna subtract 20% of your calories. When I calculate my maintenance calories based on my activity level, my height, my weight, all the things, my maintenance calories come out to about, let's just say 2,100 calories. So that's the amount of calories approximately my body needs to literally just stay the way I am, not gain weight, not lose weight. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna subtract 20% of our calories to put ourselves into a deeper calorie deficit. In the end, no matter what, workout, anything, if you want to lose body fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. If you want to know more about what a calorie deficit is or what I'm even talking about, I've got quite a few videos already on my channel talking about calorie deficit, and I'll link those in the description below as well for you. So let's drop 20% of my maintenance calories. So let's say maintenance calories are 2,100 times 20%, that's 420 calories per day that I'm cutting. So 2,100 minus 420, that leaves me at about 1,680 calories. So that is gonna be my initial mini cut. Some people go as deep as a 30% cut, which is quite aggressive and quite hard to stick to for 4 to 6 weeks. But this is totally based on your experience and what your actually maintenance calories are. Of course, if you have a lot more weight to lose, your maintenance calories are gonna be a lot higher, or if your body fat percentage is a lot higher, your maintenance calories are gonna be a lot higher. So you could probably get away with a 30% cut, whereas myself, I don't have a lot of body fat to lose, so I'm gonna stay in the 20% range. So now that we know I'm gonna be eating about 1,680 calories a day for my 4 to 6 week mini cut, we wanna look at our macronutrients. So the most important thing, if you have been strength training and doing a body recomposition and trying to build some lean muscle, drop body fat in order to look leaner and stronger, you wanna make sure during this mini cut that you are maintaining as much muscle mass as you can. So you might not necessarily be gaining any new muscle. The goal of this mini cut is actually to drop body fat, but we also don't wanna lose much muscle mass. So we wanna try and maintain as much muscle. And how do we do that? We make sure we're getting our protein in. My best recommendation is trying to get 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, or at least 35% of those 1,680 calories. So we would go 1,680 times 0.35 is 588, and there's 4 calories per gram of protein. So we're gonna divide that by 4. That comes out to 147 grams. So 35%, so really I weigh 150, 152 pounds. So that's 35% protein. You're gonna try and get 35% from carbs, which would be the same, 147 grams. And then you're gonna look at getting 30% from your fats. So we're gonna go 1,680 times 30%, that's 504, and there's 9 calories per gram of fat. So we're gonna divide that by 9, that gives us 56 grams of fat. These are all just ballparks, but again, most important is calculate your protein, calculate your calorie deficit, and make sure you're hitting that every single day or staying under that calorie range. So now that you know nutrition side of things, what you're gonna be doing for the next 4 to 6 weeks, what about your training? If you are currently strength training minimum 3 to 4 times a week, you're good. Just keep doing what you're doing. You don't necessarily have to change your training in any way. Again, the goal of your workouts is to maintain your muscle mass. So you still wanna be lifting as heavy as you can and challenging yourself, still trying to apply progressive overload if you can. It might be a bit harder because you're not fueling your body with as much as you were when you were eating at maintenance, but still trying to lift and challenge yourself. What about cardio? Nothing wrong with cardio. Cardio is great. I would say you just don't wanna be doing too many high intensity interval workouts, again, because you're eating lower calories. Those HIIT workouts tend to make you a lot more hungry, so it's gonna be a lot harder to stay in your calorie deficit when you're like ramming your body into the ground with hardcore, intense HIIT workouts. My best recommendation is literally walking or zone 2 cardio. So picking a cardio machine that you like at the gym right after your workouts. 1 or 2 times a week is fine, and just trying to hit minimum 6,000, 8,000, if you can, 10,000 steps a day. Just trying to move more is going to be helpful. And again, just daily movement or walking doesn't necessarily make you more hungry. So that's why I recommend it a lot, especially if you were doing a mini cut. And then the last part of the plan is you're in your mini cut for 4 to 6 weeks. If you find after 4 weeks, you're like, I'm really struggling to stay at this low calorie range, you can take the next 2 weeks to slowly, gradually increase your calories. So say you stay in your mini cut for 4 weeks, week 5, you're gonna slowly increase, say I'm at 1,680, so you would slowly increase maybe to 1,800 calories, adjust your macros, and then you're gonna eat at 1,800 calories for week 5, and then week 6, you're back up to your 2,000 or your 2,100 if you're at maintenance or wanna eat just 100, 200 calories under maintenance, but you're gonna get your calories back up there and take 2 weeks to do it. And that's completely fine. And you're gonna stay at maintenance or just slightly under maintenance, and you're gonna eat like that for 4 to 6 weeks again. And then if you see how your body adapts. If you feel good, just keep going. A lot of people don't necessarily have to do mini cuts all the time because everybody's body is gonna adapt different. So there you go, guys. That's just a brief, hopefully it was brief, gist about mini cuts. I could go into so much more detail about how to adjust your calories, how to adjust your macros if you're not losing 1 to 2 pounds a week and it's not working, and what to do there, but I want to keep this video short. So if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. I try my best to get to everybody's questions. Or if you're interested in some help and you want me on your team holding you accountable and helping you with all of the calculations and what to eat, when to eat it, all the things, I'll put a link in the description below is where you can find out more about working with me in my online fitness and nutrition coaching through my online coaching app. If you're doing all the things, but you're not strength training yet and you don't really know where to start, I've got an 8-week beginner-friendly strength training program for the gym, or I've got a dumbbell-only option, 3-day and 4-day split options open. You'll follow the program through my app for the 8 weeks, teaching you how to apply progressive overload and challenge yourself. I'll also put a link in the description below, so where you can find out more about that program and hear what others are saying who have already gone through the program. So as always, guys, I hope this video is helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and keep the questions coming, whether it's in the video comments, my Instagram DMs, my email, wherever it is. This gives me great ideas for videos because I know I'm making content that's actually going to help you guys. So time to drink my protein shake and my greens and get my lift on. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.